How's it going, everyone? This is the Jose Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. Happy Monday. So, as usual, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, now let's get started. Now, let's start off with Selena Gomez, who happens to turn 27 today. So, happy birthday to Selena Gomez. I wish her the best. I wish her a lot of peace. I wish her a lot of happiness on her 27th birthday. Because after all these rough things that have been going on with her these past few years, she definitely deserves a peaceful and happy birthday and a peaceful and happy life in general. Because with the kidney transplant that went on with her 2 years ago, and then all this drama that went on with her and Justin Bieber, and other things that went on with Selena Gomez, I can imagine how tough it was for her to deal with all of that and deal with all of those people talking about her and saying a bunch of stuff that it maybe isn't even true about her. So I honestly hope that she gets to be happy and that she gets to have a peaceful birthday and that she gets to have the best time of her life today. Now, I honestly think that Selena Gomez is a very good role model. She was a good role model, well, is a good role model to a lot of her younger fans. And she has proven it throughout these past 10 years, or no, she has proven it throughout these past almost 20 years that she's been in the spotlight, ever since she was on Barney and Friends. So she is literally one of the best, and she is one of the biggest pop stars in the world, you guys. So she has not only been a really good role model, but also she has gone so far in life after her Barney and Friends and Disney Channel days that she is one of those people that doesn't let other things put her down, and she just lets herself go towards success instead of going towards failure and going towards what other people are going to say about her. That's one thing that I really like about her, and that is one thing that I am glad that she has done is be successful, be her, and also be true to herself. That's what I've noticed that she has done, is that she has been very true to herself. So, happy birthday to Selena Gomez. I wish her nothing but the best. I really do. Happy 27th birthday. Well, anyway, Tom Hanks is going to be playing Mr. Rogers. Yes, yes, yes. Well, the movie is going to be out on November 22nd, and Tom Hanks appears to look a lot like Mr. Rogers in this movie, which I believe was a really good selection, by the way, because, I mean, hey, if you're going to be picking someone to play a certain person or a certain celeb, especially someone that is already dead, you better choose someone that actually looks like that celebrity, so that way the movie could actually have a feeling and have an interest to it, and it could literally attract a bunch of people to actually watch the movie. Because unfortunately there have been a bunch of movies and documentaries out there that have been about certain artists and other people, other celebs. They go off and play those artists, and they just don't go well with those roles because they don't look much like those celebs, or they don't play them well. So it seems to me like Tom Hanks is going to be a really good Mr. Rogers, not only because he looks like him, but also because it seems to me like he might have his personality. So this is going to be really interesting, you guys. Very, very interesting. But today, this morning, the trailer of the movie got released, and it was released by Sony, and the movie is going to be called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which features the Oscar-winning actor, like I said, Tom Hanks. And based on a true story, the upcoming flick guaranteed to make you cry follows the unlikely friendship between Rogers and cynical journalist and new dad Lloyd Vogel, who accepts an assignment to profile the host for Esquire. Unsurprisingly, after time spent with the good-natured TV personality Vogel, played by Matthew Rhys, finds himself ditching skepticism and embracing kindness. In quote, sometimes we have to ask for people, and that's okay, Hanks muses in the 2-minute clip. I think the best thing we can do is to let people know that each one of them is precious. Director Mariel Heller certainly understands the feel-good appeal of Rogers, who passed away in 2003 at the age of 74. Okay, so Rogers' hit children's show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood aired from 1968 to 2001 and won 4 Emmys. Last year, his life and legacy was examined in the documentary Won't You Be My Neighbor? Okay, so this show was on for over 30 years, you guys. That's how much of a hit it was. That's how much of a hit it was. It was on for over 30 years. So not only was it in the lives of 90s kids, but it was in the lives of even 50s and 60s kids too. Okay? It was even in the lives of those people. So Mr. Rogers, he was very popular. He was very loved. He was very known because of it being on for so long. And you know, the fact that he's dead, I honestly kind of can't believe it, because I have to be honest, not so long ago I found out that Mr. Rogers died. Like, literally, I just found out that he died not so long ago. And I was like, what? He's dead? And then I found out what year and he died, and then I was like, oh my god, he was dead in 2003 and I'm barely finding out now. And when I barely found out that he was dead, I found out like 5 or 6 years ago when he died in 2003, and that he's dead in general. I couldn't believe it, but then once I found out as to why he passed away, then I was a bit. I wasn't all that surprised anymore, because of course many people pass away from cancer. And I mean, he was really old. He was 74. He wasn't very, very old, but he was already hitting his 80s. So I mean, he was already getting to those very old ages, and that's what made me already find out that he find out and make me sad that a legend is no longer in this earth and is no longer going to make anything new, or we're never going to see him or see any interviews of him ever again, because now he's dead. But I mean, his legacy is still living on, you guys. His legacy is still living on, especially after what we're seeing now. And he is still loved, and he is still going to be known, especially by the new generation kids. If these new generation kids are going to be watching, or are going to be, or are going to show, or are going to watch these shows, this Mr. Rogers show, if these parents are going to show these new kids the show by Mr. Rogers, then a lot of these kids, they're gonna know, and they're gonna be happy with who Mr. Rogers was, and they are going to fall in love with Mr. Rogers as much as we fell in love with him when we watched him. So there's no doubt to that. And I mean, that's if the parents want to show these kids the show, this hit show that was on for over 30 years. That's if these parents want to show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood to their kids, to these new generation of kids. That's if they want to. But I mean, I would highly suggest that these parents get to show this show to these kids, to their kids, to any other kid of this new generation. I really would highly recommend that because, like I said, it is a classic and it is a very good show. And it is not just that kind of show where the kids are going to fall in love with Mr. Rogers because of how nice he was, but also it is a very educational show. And Mr. Rogers, he is so good at educating kids. He's very good at um, he's very good at showing good examples for kids on what's good and what's not good to do. He was that kind of role model. He was that kind of good of a role model, and that's what really would attract kids, and that's what would really even attract parents and wanting to show this to their kids. So, like I said, yeah, it's a huge suggestion right there for parents out there to show this show to their kids. Enough said. Enough said. Well, anyway, from Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers. Now let's talk about something interesting. See here. Well, from Tom Hanks to now Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. Well, there's something interesting going on because there was a song that Nicole Kidman, that Nicole Kidman did not censor, about her sex life with Keith Urban. Well, during an interview on Breakfast with the Stars with Kyle and Jackie O, the Big Little Lies star was asked about her famous husband's track, Gemini, and how he described her in the bedroom. On the song from his 10th studio album, Graffiti You, Urban sings that she's a maniac in the bed, but a brainiac in her head. And quote, "I don't censor his art," she told the co-host. "If I can be a muse for it." The Oscar-winning further agreed. "It is embarrassing, but at the same time, yes, it's better than saying, 'God, I'm so bored, make an effort,'" Nicole. End quote. Now, as for another line from the Grammy winner's standout track, "She's Waking to Make Love in the Middle of the Night," Kidman sounded flustered when Kyle brought it up. In quote, "Shut up, you're making that up," she responded. Then Kyle brought up the lyric, "I'm not answering that. That's outrageous." The musician actually credited fellow Julia Michaels with the Maniac line last year. "My first reaction was, oh, I don't know if I'd say that." And she goes, "You pretty much just did." He recalled to Rolling Stone of making the song, "Again, it's really one of the things I love about the way she writes. It's unfiltered, it's pure, it's true. It was such a playful song that in the context of that kind of song, which is super sexy to begin with, it just went together for me." Okay, so this is funny. But you know what? Just let the man write whatever he wants to write about. I mean, as long as Nicole Kidman is okay with Keith Urban talking about their sex life and this lyric, in the song, and the lyrics for the song, it's all good. I mean, it's nothing bad. It's nothing harassing. It's nothing disturbing. And plus, it's as long as it's not nothing dirty or nothing way too far from the normal, then I mean, it is all good. I mean, hey, what song does not talk about sex these days, anyways? Especially hip hop songs. I mean, come on now. I mean, that's what even makes a song interesting these days, I have to be honest with you, but it's the truth. These days, what makes a song very interesting, or part of the main reasons of what makes a song interesting, is when an artist sings about someone's sex life. Okay? Other than going out to parties and twerking. Even the lyrics about sex is what makes a song sexy and, like I said, interesting and fun to listen to. You know? So, yeah, I mean, hey. I mean, this is not Taylor Swift and Kanye West, where Kanye West wrote a song about him and Taylor doing something dirty, I believe it was, and his famous song, and then Taylor Swift wasn't okay with it, and then Taylor Swift went off on social media and caused a huge disaster and said that she didn't approve of anything, and then Kanye went after Taylor, and then Kim went after Taylor. It is not that kind of situation in this story, okay? It is very different in this story. So I honestly feel like it is all good, it is all interesting, and it is all just fun, okay? Sometimes we just gotta have some fun, especially when it comes to stuff like this. That is all I have got to say, okay? That is all I got to say. Well, anyway, from Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry at the Lion King UK premiere. Well, as we all know, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, my bad, they were at the premiere of the UK, and Beyonce happened to be there. And Beyonce, she was super happy in a meeting. The Prince and the Duchess, they were so happy with meeting each other. It was something that was actually pretty interesting, you guys, because I honestly feel like Beyonce and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry and Jay-Z, by the way, they had a really good bond. It seemed like they had a really good bond. It seemed like they were happy with knowing each other. It seemed like they were happy with finally getting to know what is getting to know more about Beyonce. I guess you could say it, because I mean, of course, who doesn't know Beyonce? But I mean, in person, they finally got to know more of her, and they got to even watch the premiere with her, and it went all well. It went all swell. I mean, really, Beyonce, she wore a flawless yellow dress to the premiere, and then Jay-Z, he looked really good with his tux, and then Meghan Markle looked really good with her black dress, and then Prince Harry looked really good with his tux as well. They even dressed appropriately, they dressed well, they looked really good, they are legends. So that is all I have got to say. But congratulations to Beyonce on the movie of The Lion King, and congratulations to her on the new single, Spirit, which is a pretty good song, and it is in my playlist, you guys. And also congratulations to her for producing the soundtrack album of The Lion King. So she is killing it. She is doing great. She is definitely not slowing down, you guys. That's for sure. That is for sure. Well, anyway, now let's talk about Miranda Lambert, who happens to have a lot of, who happens to be happy and happens to be living a good life right now. Well, Miranda Lambert strikes a pose with her shirtless husband Brendan McLaughlin on mini trip. It's a hot couple summer for Miranda Lambert and her husband Brendan McLaughlin, with temperatures rising all weekend long. It looks like the newlyweds decided to take a mini trip to Lake Tahoe. It's most certainly one way to shake off the heat. In quote, Lake Tahoe, Lake Tahoe, the 35-year-old country star captioned her Instagram post alongside several snaps of her and her booze getaway, or her beau's getaway. A great show and a few really cool days off. Hashtag lake life, hashtag road family. That's what the country star wrote. Now, during the couple's trip, it all comes out in the wash. Singer not only captured their breath, taking views, but the two shared their fun-filled lake day. Posing on a boat along the lake, the pair rocked vibrant swimwear, with Lambert opting for a multicolored bikini, a hot pink souvenir hat, because why not? Large sunnies and hoop earrings. As for the New York native, he matched his wife and threw on bright and colorful swim trunks, a cap, and aviators. Just this week, the Texas native shared her first single in nearly 15 months. Of course, her reveal on Instagram was cheeky, as it starred none other than her husband doing the laundry, shirtless, no less. Well, you know what? I think that Miranda Lambert, she is living her life, you guys. I think that she is happy with her boo. I think that her and her husband, they are going to have a long, long marriage. Maybe their marriage is going to last forever. That is all I have got to say. So yeah, I mean, hey, I am happy for Miranda Lambert. I am happy for the fact that she is now releasing new music, and I'm also happy about the fact that they got to go out to Lake Tahoe this past weekend, because hey, the weather has been awfully hot lately. So yeah, I mean, hey, keep on doing you, Miranda. Keep on living your life, and keep on living your life with Brendan McLaughlin, who happens to be very good looking. And also, don't really pay attention to all them haters that are just trying to tear you guys down, because that is not what this life is about, ladies and gentlemen. It is about living your life, and it is about being happy. That is all I have got to say. Well, anyway, that is it for today's show, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. Make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also make sure you guys follow my Instagram page at Jose Guzman 0 and my Twitter page at Jose Guzman 97. Till next time, peace out.